quality down on the ground, walking around, driving around, but on a global scale, right? So like most of these games, you look at Battlefield, you look at any of the sort of typical FPS, so the Frostbite engine, what CryEngine does, I mean, they do beautiful stuff, but it's all limited to, 2 by 2 kilometers or 4 by 4 kilometers, or maybe if you're lucky, 16 by 16 kilometers. So for us, we want to have that level of quality, but on a planetary scale, and that is a big, big ask. The team in Frankfurt, who have mostly been leading this, are a lot of the guys that built CryEngine in the first place, and they are brilliant. And this has also been supported by a lot of the teams from the other studios, because a lot of our environment and the art and the content and the assets come from other places. But we are going to show you here, I'm going to show you a demo set in a planet. Now, we took a planet not necessarily that's in Stanton, because we wanted to have something that had more diverse ecosystems to sort of show you what the tech can do. And so this is the first time we're showing the tech publicly. Of course, like everything we do, it's going to get better and better. But it's a completely new terrain system. It seamlessly supports the sort of spherical terrain at planetary scale. So, most terrain systems are flat, whereas this, it's a planet, it's round, and you can go around every side, and the gravity and everything works. And the horizon line is the actual real horizon line. If you see something, you can walk to it. There is no cheating at all on it. It's all, I know, it's hard to believe it's not faked, I know. It's kind of like the moon landing, really. Anyway, but everything's, everything's generated at runtime, because you can't have this amount of data in there, and it's amazing. And actually, when we show the demo, I think we've set up so you can sort of see the frame counter, because what the guys have done there, the game logic and the code and simulation slows everything down. Their actual engine generating the world is incredibly fast. So if you look at the top right, you'll sort of see when you're seeing the world, and you'll see it sort of drop. It's still going to be very fast, but you'll see the frame kind of drop when the game stuff starts happening, when you're moving around and stuff. I mentioned there's no view distance. It's artist-driven. So we over here, I'm going to have Sean and Simon, who I'll introduce in a bit. We'll do a bit more of a deep dive after I've shown you this particular demo to talk a little about it, but longer term, the ATV episode for Frankfurt is going to really go into some of the tools that we use. They're awesome. Was that Brian saying Frankfurt? All right, just checking. That voice sounded familiar to me. But the key is that it's absolutely artist-driven. So we're using the procedural techniques, and we're using all this stuff to just basically author planets at a global scale very quickly, but to give it real sense and character, because there's obviously quite a few other games using sort of procedural tech to do planets, and I have to say the technical achievements are all like really impressive and cool and all the rest of the stuff. But for me, I want to sort of be able to say, I want to build this, planet that looks like Hoth, and I want to build this planet that looks like Tatooine, right? I want to have the sense, and I want to be able to control it. And so the big key for the tech we were doing was to have it sort of artist-driven with the procedural technology enhancing what the artists do. And so that's what we're going to show here. The other aspect of it, because it's not just about procedural artist tools, we're also trying to think about how we're creating content for this universe so you can explore and adventure around. And it's not just the interactions with the other players, but we have a rich world that's sort of going on, and there's missions that you can sort of stumble across, or AI are doing things. And we showed at Gamescom sort of an example of coming across a space wreck. You have to retrieve a black box from a destroyed Starfarer. And what we're planning to do is have sort of a combination of sort of the simpler missions, which are mostly generated, like, oh, well, this location needs this kind of mineral, so they're creating a job for someone to bring it to them, or go and fight the pirates that are getting in the way of the trade lanes. And then there's the sort of more in-depth stuff, which we sort of showed with the Miles Eckhart mission in the Gamescom demo. And what we're showing here is sort of the version of that was more planetary focused, where we build different building blocks, and players could come across it and do it. To have a rich living world that they're going to adventure around. And so that's sort of the missions that sort of have these scripted blocks that sort of can procedurally sort of connect to each other and have maybe different situations or outcomes depending what's happening. And that's something that Todd Pappy, who's not here today, who's our design director, and Tony are very big on, and I think it's going to be really cool. So having said that, we are going to go to the demo. I don't think, let me see if there's a screen here or not. What's the next screen? Let's go down. Let's go down, and we will start the demo. This is all 100% live, in the engine, in real time. Let's go. They missed it. He actually says, hello, citizen car, but you guys are all laughing when you saw the guy. Constellation Aquila. Contrails. So we're heading towards the distress beacon. So the idea with this would be that, you know, you potentially could get a mission where you get a distress beacon and you're going to find out on, you know, in this particular case, this planet. So we're heading towards it. I think telling us the atmospheric conditions are unsafe. And one one of the key gameplay things you want to do on, because obviously the planetary tech's going to allow us to have a whole bunch of play areas we don't normally have, is to encourage players not to always, maybe you can't always fly there, maybe you have to get out and use your rover, for instance, which you have in the film. So let's go find a landing zone that's on the edge of the desert plain. There's a little compression there. We've been working on that thing for the... I know it's a small thing, but I always want to have the landing gear compressed when you land. Alright, so we're going to head out to do some exploring and the armor on. Alright, let's get ourselves. Let's be nice and tidy, close the locker up, and then grab our gun just in case there's some hostiles out there. But this is kind of an example, like for instance, you shouldn't be able to sort of sit in heavy armor flying a ship. Maybe you're in your flight suit and then you go and equip your armor or your EVA suit when you need to go outside and do stuff. And so you sort of want to make it quite immersive and have different reasons to be equipping and using different stuff. So if you notice, this is the actor that we had that was in People to Planet. He's actually in Squadron 42. He plays a character called Joachim Steiger. So let's go and see the distress beacons about almost 3 kilometers away over there. We get our little scope out. All right, so let's figure out how to get there since we can't fly. Handily, we've got the Constellation Killer, so we have a rover. So, you saw the Constellation Killer commercial a while ago. We are now doing this in game, in real time. Awesome. All right. And you know, unlike, I mean, all those mountains we see, if we have the time, we don't here, but I'm sure when you guys get on Croc Planets V2, there'll be lots of videos where people walk all the way around the planet, or they go to the mountain they see in the distance, because that is not a skybox, that is actually the proper mountain geometry that's all there, everywhere. And that's actually the liberating thing with this tech, is when you build a planet on a planetary scale at this level of detail, and of course you can see up close that it like looks like what you see at Battlefield 1, for instance, in the desert. They're sort of allowing heed the atmospheric unsafe flight warning. And if we take a look back here, you can sort of see where we came from, about 2.5 kilometers back there. Check out something else we had here, a little bit of breadcrumbs. Orpheus Horizon, Javelin class. Huh. Wonder where that came from. All right, let's carry on. See if there's anyone around. I'm gonna head that way to get to the distress beacon. I know the music changing here is all part of the dynamic music logic system. So it'll start to calm down now that the combat's over. Right, so that's, well, we lost our rover, that's not so good. That's where the distress beacon's coming from. Was a trap. Conveniently, some sand nomad dragonflies. About our shot moment. There we go. All right, we got another distress beacon we've linked to, so let's go look for that. And remember, we came all the way down from planet, all the way down here, and we're down, driving around in this level of detail. So that's kind of a big testimony to what the Proc Planet V2 stuff does and the tools. Alright, so one more escape pod, which we linked to when we activated the other escape pod's beacon. So Vince, by the way, Vince is our lead QA in Los Angeles. He's a much better pilot than me. So you should give him your appreciation. Otherwise, you'd have me crashing into things. Location heavy class. Yeah, and if you see up there, that's the space station. And if you look closer, you can actually see the rings slowly rotate. But that is the space station we flew past on the way down. And that's kind of what the sort of tech and the 64-bit precision for positional space gives you. We just can have this dynamic range of scale that I don't think any other game has. So all this up-close detail at this level, at as high quality first person as you see in any other game, but on a global or a planetary or even star system scale. All right, so Orpheus, Horizon, black box. So we've now, between the two pods, triangulated to where the black box of the Orpheus Horizon is, which is the crashed spaceship. But hopefully we'll find it. Vince is undeterred by the impending sandstorm. But seriously, the sandstorm's an example of we want to have dynamic weather on the procedural planets, and we're working to have sort of a dynamic procedural weather system, and things like sandstorms, hurricanes, various weather systems are all things that we'll model onto the planets that will add additional sort of drama and challenges for when you're adventuring and playing around. All right, let's go check out what a piece of wreckage is. See anything? Off in the distance, there's maybe the Orpheus Horizon. Oh, what's that? Hang on a sec. Oh! Maybe dangerous out in the desert, who knows? That looks like the Orpheus Horizon in the desert. But we're just gonna do it! And go out there. Yeah, I know, I gotta memorize that whole speech. There. So we showed you a crashed Starfarer, this is a crashed Javelin. I think we'll just pop off here. We're still about 200 meters away. And check out where we're going. Not sure if there's any... Nope. Let's see. Hang on a second. Looks like there's a sad nomad. So should we shoot him? Alright. Oh! Nice shot, man. Vince got cocky. He's like on the move too. Right. Second. Should we sneak up behind him? Alright. I guess he's watching the incoming sandstorm. That looks like it's getting close. Okay, let's get out of here. Shit. Come on. Hurry up, Vince. Alright, go quick. I can jump. Hang on. Passed. Alright, that's not good. We just lost our way in. Alright, let's see here. That's where the black box is. Oh, hang on a sec. Is it Nomad? Oh, shit. Alright. That's where the black box would be. So let's see if let's find a way out. Put our little thing here, we can throw our rover was, and that's where we were, the Connie up there, which is probably about, I think, 8 or 9 kilometers away. Man. Maybe that's not such a good idea. That's the end. How did it? Okay, that's the first time it's ever done that. But you get to see the pull out twice now. How did it go to the console? Did you hit a